DEWA United to have. And that, in the hands of a team as macro-heavy as Bigetron Alpha, that is just so annoying.
Okay, we're going to game 2 for BTR versus DEWA United, but Super Vin with a Fredrin. Wow.
Oh, interesting
my.
choice. Super Key, Mage Diggy, Roam Diggy. We'll have to see from the items here. Let me take a look behind. It is Key who got the roaming item. So yeah, it is mid lane Fredrin. Arlet XP, Joy Jungle, Super Saiyan with the help of Key. I mean, there's no real way that one wins this lane. Not at all, even in a 2v2.
No, 1v1, it's already hard enough, but 2v2 with a Diggy that's gonna poke you down in no time is just, oh my goodness gracious. But Lanaya versus Super Ken, it's gonna be Super Ken prevailing with that retribution.
Well, they both have the seasoned jungler right here, but you look at the emblems, all the tenacity is coming in for Bigetron. They know what they want. They need to survive the initial big fight. Super Key almost gets taken out. But overall, this is going to be a very even early game until the first objective. That's where the big fights are about to begin. And I think in the beginning, in the first turtle maybe, DEWA United will have a bit of an edge. But afterwards, especially the later the game goes, when each engagement becomes more important than the last, I think that Diggy is going to be such a huge factor for Bigetron Alpha.
Yes, speaking about Diggy though, like, you seen the emblem earlier? Diggy Assassin emblem, that is so weird to see, man. Like, if you're like, the previous patch, I would say you're trolling.
What do you think about that, Arashi? Diggy on the Assassin emblem with Rupture and Pure Rage. So not exactly everything here. Tempest of Blades used up on the Super Key. So Flicker burns out here.
Well, Impure Rage allows for a bit more mana sustainability, but the poke is going to hurt so much more with the Rupture and the Assassin emblem. So in a way, it makes sense because Diggy won't be building any penetration items, realistically speaking, depending on how the game is going. But look at that, in the early game, the fact that they have a lot more fighters, Bigetron Alpha can dictate how they want to play for this turtle a lot more.
Yeah, and on the other side earlier, Bigetron Alpha were able to get a free turtle because Vin is, oh my goodness, here as well up top. I was about to say he invaded the jungle, forcing Lanaya to retreat, but he's also forcing Juan out of his own lane. Leo Murphy's looking for a trade, but there's no way he gets it out. Wait. He wants to go in. He has a time journey here. Leo Murphy's gonna get chunked. Oh, the Appraiser's Wrath targeted the keys though.
Well, another quote-unquote highlight for Super Finn to clip for the YouTubers out there. But in this case, man, we've seen how Super Finn with the Fredrin already working because he has a lot more players to deal the CC on Arashi and Nerko. Bigetron all the way, even in Indonesian Desk.
It's a wave of red from the Talons. And it's a shame because if you look at the arena right here, there's a ton of supporters for DEWA United. We'll see if they can reverse the predictions, go against the odds. But for now, Bigetron still has the game calculated. There's no real play made from DEWA United that Bigetron Alpha seems surprised by.
Oh man, Super Vin with the Fredrin mid. This has been seen by Bren in ISF, and in this case, they're trying to replicate that. But in this case, no healers for BTR. They're opted to go for, it is a bit of a disengage mechanic in Super Key, but it's more of a damage roamer here instead of a healing roamer.
Yeah, and they're constantly just putting pressure down here. Super Ken knows he has the advantage, jumps into the purple buff. Lanaya trying his best. Super Ken still zoning him away. Super Vin as well, knocking him up. 1v1, 50-50, coming down a good way to drag it, but it's still going to be Super Ken right now as the final slash brings Leo Murphy all the way back, isolating Kaze, who pops into Cole Alter prematurely. Vin's able to take it down. Now he might be able to look for an all-in. He doesn't have the Appraiser's Wrath though, so he chooses to disengage. Meanwhile, Watt, the Brew's Passion used up, clearing up the waves. Well played by Watt, but he's still going to be chunked down. Now it's going to be a full dive. Does he have Flicker? He's holding on to it. What is he holding on to it for?
Well, what? I don't know, because he has the reverse time on. We should have flickered initially there, but maybe he didn't really expect Super Vin to come too, maybe Rashi.
Maybe he felt that Super Vin was going to get him regardless, so he just went for it there. But look at Super Ken. That's their frontliner, by the way. That's Dixon.
Oh,
counter engage.
Final slash. Lanaya back Cerezo jumps in with the vengeance. That truly is the vengeance of Cerezo coming through here. And Super Ken just takes everything, even up top. Leo Murphy unable to find anything, no engages.
Well, if you tell me Cerezo is going to be the best EXP laner in Indonesia before this season began, I would call you crazy, but in this case, my goodness gracious. On every hero he played, he always performed. In this Arlet 2, we've seen a tier 1 EXP laner in the making.
it's such a tough situation for DEWA right now as well, because Bigatron have a lot more bodies to throw at DEWA, so compared to the previous game, Watt is getting absolutely pressured right here. So Lanaya might still be able to be farming in a quite a decent manner, but sooner or later, Bigatron will reach you in that jungle.
Well, Key's able to flick around in the penalty zone. Superkin comes down, he still finds it! Now Lanaya is caught without a purple buff. Again, 3 purple buffs in a row. It's been always invaded through by Bigatron Alpha. The Terminators are really stomping on DEWA.
Oh man, Finn has been doing a great job too. Very, very aggressive with this Fredrin. He knows the limit of this hero, even though he doesn't really play Fredrin at all before, man. Like, this is one of the underrated skills of 4-player, I would say. Adjustment. You have to be able to play a lot of heroes here, and you can see their audience prediction. BTR all the way.
Yeah, 70% for BTR. Arashi, what did DEWA have to do? 6 minutes in, completely outdrafted. How do they win?
Let's try and make distance, man. And Bigatron, they're a lot better at team fighting composition-wise right here, so they have to try and do some more macro plays. They go for a pickoff right here. It might work.
Oh, Bracers
Oh, goodness.
Finn onto 2. Getting him back to full. Now the time journey is placed down, and Dixon is forced back. He can't even use the penalty zone here. It gets melted out of existence. Still able to flicker around. Meanwhile, Superkin in the back gets Leo Murphy low. And even in the mid lane, Chorizo in a 1v1 against the Assassin, who's forced to use his ultimate defensively.
Oh no, Dixon! He's gonna be down in the hands of the bombs from Super Vin. I mean, Super Key, but did you see how long Super Key holds that time journey just there? Like, even though Super Vin got kicked, it doesn't really matter. He knows Super Vin is gonna survive. He only used it when the penalty zone is already there for Super Saiyan. Goodness, I like this. A lot of calculations.
I wonder if this is going to be a bit more of a trend coming into the next few weeks of MPLID, because what's going on is Bigatron, they can secure an assassin jungler for themselves, but at the same time, they have the same kind of oppressive nature of a Fredrin or a Hilda. From the mid lane, they can just disturb and disrupt the farm of the opposing junglers, rotation. So I think this is something that can be used by other teams as well, and Bigatron is showing how it's done, definitely.
Oh man, Super Finn brought back again, but it doesn't even matter. Regen coming down, Leo Murphy. This is the pick that they want to go for. Away the dragon.
Oh, no way!
Flicker time journey! And even the final slash! Super Finn now not punished just yet, but a penalty zone comes in only for Dixon to be taken down in the back as well. Go away, play south, away. It's going to be used up. And finally, DEWA are on the board. 1 kill. It's picked up by Kaze with a turret in the mid lane. Tier 1 falls. Wow! Chorizo with a good read with the final slash. Recalls in front of the Cho's face.
Well, I think that's more of a mistake from Super Can with the electrifying gates. Trying to get Leo Murphy, but still not enough damage. He doesn't want to go for it. But in that case earlier, I think he's just mispressing there. He should have gone out. Like, why did he go in again?
Well, we never know, man. We'll have to see. But for Bigatron right now, they're still making sure they have all the control and the digging, in addition to just having a great time journey as a counter to DEWA United. They're also getting a lot more information with the alarm bombs, and that allows Super Vin and Super Chorizo to be a lot more aggressive in how they want to approach these big fights. So it's, again, a multi-layered approach coming in from Bigatron, and DEWA United, they have to try and use their maneuverability, man. They have a Cho, they have a Ling. So one of their big strengths is that mobility around the map. But in order to do so, Lanaya needs to first at least secure a purple buff. The fact that Bigatron has been denying it from him again and again is part of why the strategy is working so well.
Well, opening map is already a big struggle for Leo Murphy against the poking coming in from Super Finn, against the CC coming in from Super Chorizo, and it's gonna be another free load for the robots here without any contest whatsoever from DEWA United. It's looking like a deja vu from Wave 1.
I think it's not even deja vu. I think it might be even more dominant this time. 7.5k gold lead and Lanaya. He's built up the Berserker's Fury in the 9th minute of the game. That is his second item. Look at Super Ken. He has a Holy Crystal.
Yeah, he's also, well, earlier, 4 levels ahead of Lanaya. So you have to wonder what's going through his head, man, for Lanaya, right? This is his debut performance, and Bigatron Alpha, they are completely targeting him down. Is it part of their mind game to try and target the new player here for Bigatron Alpha? I wouldn't put it beyond Coach Aldo to try and make something like that happen.
Oh, we got game fact here by Grab. in the history of MPL Indonesia, this is the first time Fredwin is used in the mid lane. So it's kind of a reminiscent of that Lapu-Lapu mid, Chow mid back then right now. In this case, it's the first time in MPLD. I'm kind of surprised, to be honest. No one has pulled a Fredwin mid yet. Yeah, even though like Fredwin is also used in the jungle most of the time after his release. Like, I think people should get more creative.
Yeah, you'd expect. Oh, final slash. Dixon brought back to the team for first time as well. Defensive call, Ultra plays down. Superkin is going to be able to push out some damage with the electrifying beats. And DEWA are forced back. Now it's 2 base turrets with the first Lord.
Well, the plus though, there's no time journey for Leo Murphy here. He might want to make him engage with a flicker. And there you go. Conceal doesn't really connect towards Superfin. He read that pretty well, but in this case, I think Bigatron, I mean, DEWA United has to rely on Super Key making a mistake or placing his time journey wrong, or maybe just out of position, not in the same vicinity as Super Saken, because, like, what are you gonna do with this situation? It's gonna be real hard for you to make any kind of plays whatsoever.
Well, with a Cho, you can kind of like force it out, bait it out, kind of, but it's just so much more punishment coming back from the side of Bigatron Alpha, so that option is just not available. And just like that, brute force play from Bigatron to crack open the base. No more turrets left, but it seems like they will back off for now? Question mark?
3 base turrets, man. I mean, they might as well keep on going. Lanaya forced a recall. Whoa! Super Vin with another highlight moment, flickering forward. Not able to find anyone now. Bigatron Alpha looking for another opening. Kaze. Oh, a good final slash dodge from Kaze. Just going back and forth, jiggling, but man, it's very rare to see a team who gets all 3 base turrets with the first Lord. Good Renner's apathy earlier by Watt, but no damage just yet.
Yeah, it's kind of reminiscent of Blacklist International, right? Because Blacklist International doesn't really use pick-off potential or pick-off composition. They just choke their opponent out of it, like slowly taking the turret down with poking, with a bit of a long-range damage from your marksman or maybe your mid laner. In this case, Supervin just spearheading Bigatron Alpha's composition perfectly and doesn't get punished very often. Only 1 kill for DEWA United, and that's the result of a single mistake for Superfin. Probably misclicking too.
Well, for Bigatron, man, the fact that they're such a high-tempo team, and DEWA is such a team-fight-heavy team, and yet there's only 6 kills on the board right here, shows again how Bigatron are playing it so heavily in the macro department, which is part of DEWA's win condition, right? They cannot fall into the tempo, into the macro strategies of Bigatron, but now there's just no choice. From the drafting phase, Bigatron has so much more to offer in these big fights, and they're just stuck in the base for now. And even in the base, they're still getting harassed by the alarm bombs.
Assassin Biggie with most damage dealt in the game. So you can say it's working out. It is weird, but you know what else is weird? 3 people recalling in your face.
Is it really weird though? After Onyx, out 4, make it 4, Sheffin. The Supers are at it. Super Chorizo all alone though. He doesn't want to join the recall game. He wants to get it done now. They're looking at the base. Now the Lord is in. Now it's going to be Super Socket and a final slash. The time journey comes in as well. There's nothing that DEWA can do. Clean sweep from the Terminators.
Too easy, too fast, too strong, too good for the robots in this match. A clean 2-0 sweep against DEWA United, showing the new boys how big boys get it done.
Such precise gameplay, man.